kuram bisan wa jangama kuram bisan ya matrenelo Yandem marong yandem jai kai wai yandem marong suma yandem marong kai wai kuram bisan wa jangama mernala big wajal sumanje ke naise yo ya maton yen kilime na fonye bang fan tv yen kilime na fonye bang fan tv yen kilime na fonye bang gasiti kadomo wallahi yen kilime na fonye bang yen kilime na fonye bang ke kuta yen kilime na fonye bang ke kuta yen kilime.
Good afternoon, wonderful viewers. It is a pleasure to be with you this afternoon, and I am Sanaboya, the Information and Communications Minister of the Gambia College Students Union. We are here today at Fine TV Gambia to witness another intellectual battle between the two aspiring candidates vying for the position of Education Minister in the upcoming Gambia College Students Union election. The two aspiring candidates are Honorable Mohamed Jata, who is in my left-hand side, and the one in my right-hand side is Honorable Yankuba Diba. They are here with us to debate based on policies and programs that they have for the students, and I will serve as the host for today's policy debate. But before I finally hand over the platform to them, I want to first of all seize this singular honor to thank Fine TV Gambia for giving us the opportunity and the chance to participate in this policy debate in their online TV. It really gladdens our hearts, and we thank them so very much for their kind gesture. I also want to thank the aspiring candidates for willingly coming to participate in this policy debate without being forced or censored, that has shown their commitment to serving the students to the best of their ability and to the highest echelon. Before the commencement of the debate, I want to quickly tell them the rules and regulations of our debate. First of all, answering questions is not obligatory upon each and every one of you. You might choose to answer questions, you might choose not to answer questions. The ball is in your court. And finally, let us debate based on policies and programs. Let us not insult one another. Let us not humiliate or mock one another. Let us debate based on what we have for the students of the Gambia College, because they are watching. And in fact, this is an opportunity for others who are not on campus to be able to know who is the right person for them, as politics is a competition of ideas and not war among ourselves. On that note, I thank you so very much and wish you all the best of luck in this journey that we are about to embark. Now, I want to hand over the mic to the Honorable Minister, who is Yankuba Diba. Can you please tell us who Yankuba Diba is?
Thank you so very much, Mr. Bojang. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with my opponent, that is Mohamed Jara. As we all know, elections is fast approaching, and in fact, this is a very crucial moment for the students of the Gambia College to know who is the best candidate for this portfolio, that is the Education Minister. As before we move forward to the policies, I will first introduce myself, like he gently said. I am Yankuba Diba. I'm a student of this Gambia College, major in English language and business management. And of course, I'm an aspirant candidate in this upcoming GCSU election, vying for the position of Education Minister.
Thank you so very much for telling us who you are. Now, I will want to also hand over the mic to Honorable Mohamed Jata to tell us who he is.
Good afternoon, fellow students. Good afternoon to you all, fellow students and dear viewers of the Gambia College. My name is Mohamed Jata, commonly called as Mr. MJ. I'm an approved candidate for the portfolio of the Education Minister for the 43rd Executive Council of the Student Union forthcoming elections. I thank you.
Thank you so very much for that brief introduction of who you are. Now, that will take us to the next question. Can you please tell us what are your roles and responsibilities as education ministers? Let me start with MJ.
Once again, thank you so much once again, Mr. Moderator, for asking me this important question. as the rules and my responsibility as the incoming education minister, as articulated by the 2019 GCSU Constitution. In Article Chapter 1, verse 19, stated that the role of the education minister, in line with his responsibility, is he or she is responsible to, to collaborate with all the class secretaries within the four sister schools, and also to collaborate with the executive board of the affair committees of the sub associations within the four sister schools. And this next and the next and the next responsibility, as stipulated by the 2019 GCSE Constitution, that article chapter 1.19 stated that the education minister shall responsible to organize an extracurricular activity such as symposia, quiz, and debate competition, whereby all the four sister schools should come together to promote skills and talent, because we believe that all the students within the four sister schools are given a unique talent whereby we can exploit them among ourselves, to interact among ourselves, that will foster peace and unity among the students within our college community. And the next responsibility and the duty of the education minister is to ensure that all the learning challenges that directly affect our schools, in collaboration with the class secretaries and the executive board affair committee, we should engage the center administration to ensure that we remedy all the educational matters that directly affect. Notwithstanding, as your incoming education minister, part of my duties and responsibility is my responsibility is to sell all the stationaries and later submit all the proceeds to the finance minister. And all these points that I have raised are my responsibility as the incoming education minister. I thank you.
Yes, thank you so very much, Honorable. You made mention of, as Education Minister, you will work towards remedying the challenges that students are also facing in the Gambia. What are those challenges that they are facing?
As the incoming education minister, from the survey that I have made through all this while, I have realized that the issue of marks, and the late release of the timetable, most of the students find it difficult to access the new draft timetable, whereby I, as the new education minister, I shall work hand in glove with the STAR, the nine executive council of the students, with the students leaders of the School of Education, and the executive board affair committees of various leaders of the other three student sub association within the four sister schools, to ensure that the issue of mark is solved amicably within our school. And also the other issues that directly affect the learning in our college community is the other issue that directly affect the learning in our college community is the lack of punctuality and regularity among lecturers uh, within our schools. So, as your incoming education minister, I believe if the electorate elect me to serve you as your next education minister for the third executive council, I shall monitor the distribution of monetary forms in collaboration with the executive board affair committees and also the class captain of our schools, to ensure that the lecturers or the tutors will be punctual and be regular in attending their classrooms to give the required lectures that is needed. So I think that will foster and promote effective lectures, and it will also enhance the betterment of our dear students in the Gambia College. And the other issues in our school is that most especially in School of Education, We most of our students are paying internet fee, and yet still uh, they lack uh, the required internet strength. Meaning, most of the students are paying $1,000 as their as part of their due to enjoy the internet facility. And most of the students are blaming Star, which Star is not responsible. It is the responsibility of providing the other access is from the admin, and also the student union should make sure that they have to engage the central administration to provide those facilities for the students to enjoy. So I believe if I'm elected as your next education minister, I shall engage the executive board affairs committees of of the sub association within the four sister schools to ensure that we engage the central administration of the Gambia College to ensure that they provide uh, an internet accessibility for the students to enjoy as well, because these are the fee these are the as part of the fee that is attached on their uh, acceptance letters. So I believe I have all what it takes to serve the students of our dear college.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Jata, for telling us some of the challenges that students are also facing. I would also want you to summarize because we are also running out of time. Yeah, now I will move to the next Honorable Minister, who is Yankuba, to tell us what are some of his roles and responsibilities as Education Minister.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Bojang. Sometimes it doubts me when my opponent is speaking, saying that he is the next incoming education minister, as if there is another or he is unopposed, something like that. You know. Now, coming down to the roles of education minister, if you look at if you go through the GCSU constitution, like he rightly said, we might have the same policies, but then how to implement those policies is the problem. Now, coming down to the internet fee, for how long have students been paying this union, the internet fee, and still now it is not regulated? So these are some of the things that we need to look at as politicians. This is why we have two things that are involved. We have politics, that is the the dirtiest part of it. You have politics and politics. It's because of that politics, this is why students are having the belief that if they vote for, or if they give their voters to individuals, they will not run for their interests. Now, coming down to the roles of an education minister, it is your role, Amba, to serve as a mediator between the administration to the general students body. And this comprises of a lot of things. One of which that we need to look at if I am elected as your education minister is the issue of the timetable. Looking at it still now, by this time should meet students on campus. So you saying that if you are elected as the education minister, let's see, if you happen to follow the political footsteps of your godfathers, which means that the timetable issue will not be correct. Because as of now, students are supposed to be on campus. The other thing also that we need to look at, let's say if I am elected, because this is a different perspective, I am going to sign a move with a media outlet whereby it will be an educational program sort of that will be there will be we will be discussing the issues of the Gambia College at large, not purposely for School of Education, RN, nursing and agriculture. No, we are going to sign. I, as an education minister, I will list with the information minister of the GCSU to sign a move with a media outlet whereby students' voice will be heard. Because if you look at it, there are some challenges in the Gambia colleges. In the college here, they are hidden. Not all problems are not, but once I am elected as the education minister, I am going to make sure that this is done. Now, another policies that I am going to look at is the serious confrontation of the lecturers to the students. This is a policy. I think, in fact, Mr. MJ, there was a day that he met me having this problem with the administration. Now, if I am elected as your next education minister, I am going to look at the confrontations that some of our lecturers are doing to the students. Because one of which, a classical example, is this last past exams. A good number of students did not start for exams just because they did not comb their hairs. Now, where are our leaders that were there during that period of time? And I went there, let's say, I was not a committee member, I was not serving as, not in holding no portfolio in the Gambia. But then I take up this responsibility to attack the security. And he himself came to me and telling me that I have to enter personally. Now, why not if You are somebody that is very let's say you are somebody that is very motivative. Then you could have tell me to come in with the general student body. But then at this point in time, if you look at it, it is a form of biasness. Because how can you ask me alone to enter when we have the general students body standing outside? Let's say if you as an next no, if this happens to be with you, let's say you, like I said at the initial stage, if you want to follow the political footsteps of your godfathers, then definitely there will be no changes. And in fact, in general, that is how management is. The more time you spend ruling a particular council, the more time you get doomed. That is how it is. So in case if you the policies that you say, definitely they are the roles of a education minister, but then how are you going to implement it? I as an I let's say I as an aspirant candidate looking at the GCSU constitution, you have set all the rules. I agree, but then fine. Now, how do we implement this? This is the problem. How are you going to implement? We have looking at the position. We have the same how to call it similar policies. But then how do we implement this? This is the problem.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Diba. In stating some of your roles as education minister, you made mention of for so long students have been paying their internet fee, and yet they cannot have adequate or access to the internet. So how do you intend to achieve that or to implement that when voted into office?
Yes, thank you so very much. I think this could be the first action that I will take in when I am voted in office. I am going to liaise with the president, have a round table with the administration. Now there will be two options that will be given to the administration. One could be let them extract that 1,000 from the tuition fee, or else they provide adequate internet fee for the general students body. That is the first action that I am going to look at if I assume office as the education minister. Let's with my president and then have a round table with the administration and discuss this issue. Either let them subtract this $1,000 from the student tuition fees, or let them provide adequate internet fee for the general students body to enjoy. Because we came from different backgrounds. Sometimes we find it very difficult to pay this money. So in case if you happen to pay this $14,000 or let's say $1,000 for internet fee, then automatically you should have adequate internet fee. And looking at it, education, we are in a world that needs we are in a modern world that at least, or if not need internet, students need internet most of the time. This is what students need. So if they could not provide us with internet adequate, a very strong one for that matter. I mean, because since I came to the Gambia College, students have been complaining this, and this is one of the reasons why I invoke for this position as the education minister. How can I do this? I asked myself since I came to the college, why is it that people have been complaining about the issue of the internet? By then, I used to be a victim because I have been complaining, following lecturers, and in fact, some of the members, the outgoing executive members, that they have to provide internet fee for the Gambia College students. Sorry, adequate internet for the Gambia College students. But this is not happening. So he is telling me that if he is the next education minister, he will try to do. Sometimes it is a bit confusing. Yes, because you said this at the end of the day, you follow the political footsteps of your godfather, footsteps of your political godfathers, rather. Then at the end of the day, nothing will be done. Because looking at the timetable, as of now, students are supposed to be on campus. How many timetables do we have? We have one, and that one is not authentic for now. Unless and until you have to go extra miles again to provide one or two times, this will definitely waste our academic flow. So following them, because I'm not saying this because of any other thing, but then you following them as a politician, definitely, I don't think so. You are going to implement this. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Diba. This will take us to another question, and that is, Honorable MJ, why do you think students should vote for you as education minister? Or why do you think you are the right person for the position of education minister?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, for asking me such an important question. So before I start with my with the question that you have asked me, I would like to clarify him. You say that you are vying for the portfolio of education minister, and you don't answer the question that you have been asked, your responsibility as articulated by the Constitution. So to proceed to the question that you have asked me, the reason why I vying for this position is because I believe that the experience that I have in serving this general student body of our college community, as I have served as a committee member under the 7th Executive Council led by His Excellency Edward Saku. I have learned a lot in that ministry, and also coming to the 42nd Executive Council led by Honorable Alu Dabo. I have served under the Education Ministry. I helped the current Education Minister, Honorable Alu Jalo, to achieve most of his activities or most of his policies and programs that he has for these four sister schools. So with all those experience I have gathered, it enabled me to vying for this portfolio so that I will serve the general interests of the four sister schools to improve their life and livelihoods so that the college will be a better institution for all these students. So I believe that I am the right person for this job because I have built a strong connection with the central administration of the Gambia College and all the sub association within our college community. So with that respect, I can able to mount this position because I believe any door that I've knocked among within the central administration of the Gambia College, I can able to have whatever I want, starting from the principal to the last administrator in the college community. Yeah.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Jata. And now I will move to the next one, who is Honorable Diba. Can you please tell us why are you the right person for this position? Why do you think students should vote for you as their education minister?
Yes, thank you so very much once again for the question. Yes, looking at it, even you know, our faces should tell you that definitely I am the right candidate for this for the next education minister. Now, looking at it, he, Mr. MJ, served as a committee member of the, I don't know, for the second executive council or what, So looking at it, he get the advantage over me, but yet still there, he could not tell me one monumental development that he has done as a committee in that council. And that does not hold any portfolio in the Gambia College, has been fighting for the rights of the students uh, since I was enrolled in my first year. So this is what motivates me to become, to want to vie for the position of the education minister. Because looking at it, he said he is going to, let's say if he assumes office, he is going to bring in something like a monetary form sort of. That has been happening. It has been happening, and you yourself know this. We don't call these policies anymore because it has been already implemented by somebody else. Now you bring in this again, it will definitely not help the college to move forward. Because if you do that, let me say your boss has been doing it because it has happened. So why is it that you take this policy again and bring it? Why? So this is what you need to ask yourself. If we are to write policies, let's write policies that are attainable, that we can achieve at the end of the day. But despite not writing policies, that will lead us to fail the general students body at the end of the day. So you coming up with that policy, I definitely don't concord with it because it has happened. Class secretaries have been given forms for them to take the attendance of lecturers that are coming. So why is it that this is part of your policies again? Because it has happened. You said you are trying to bring in something new for the general students. So why is it that you are bringing something that has already been done by the former education minister? So definitely, that policy, you need to scrutinize it very well before coming up with it, because it has already happened. That monetary thing or something like that for the general students, for the lecturers, it has already happened. So you bringing it again, definitely it will literally not make sense again, because we want changes in the college. We want to change the narrative. We want to move from despair to hope, rather than you bringing something that is already been implemented. So which means you are trying to follow their footsteps again. If you, as the education minister, has something new for the students, then tell us.
I think that will also take us to the next question. That is, what are your policies? Can you please tell us what policies do you have to implement for the students?
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. So before I start with my policies, I will just want to correct him. Point of correction is mean that you don't know your responsibility as the education minister. Part of the responsibility is to supervise and coordinate the distribution of monetary form to the class secretaries. Come on, come on. It's part of my responsibility. It's part of. I am the education minister. I am the incoming education minister. Inshallah. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. To proceed. Yes. Yes. To proceed. Yes. To proceed. Inshallah. Yes. To proceed from where I stopped. Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, for asking me such an important question to go through my policies and program that I have for the general student body of the four sister schools. My first policy I have that I wish to implement for the general student body of the four sister school is to improve working on burning issues such as mark issues, the late release of timetable, the late release of the final year students attestation. These are burning issues that students want to hear from us. So as your incoming education minister, inshallah, I will ensure that I will collaboratively work with the executive board of the AFIA committees, such as the education minister of STAR and the three other vice presidents of the sub association to ensure that we work collaboratively with the lecturers that are responsible for a particular course so that they can work to mount those marks or those pending marks that should be mounted in the portal for the students to see their marks on time. And coming to the late release of the timetable, I will ensure that I will work hand in glove with the Executive Board Africa Committee and with the Executive Board Africa Committee and also the timetable committee members for them to early release the timetable for the students, for the general students within the four sister schools, so that they can able to start their educational activities on time. And also the next, you know, part of my policy and program as your incoming education minister is to ensure effective and conducive learning environment for the four sister schools of the Gambia College. And as this is part of my responsibility as the next education minister to ensure that the distribution of monetary forms within the four sister schools is going to be done very effectively to ensure that I will coordinate the executive board of your committee, such as the education minister of STAR and the vice president of the other three schools within the four sister schools, in order to distribute the form on time so that lectures will commence as early as possible so that the students will see the impact of their learning. So all these things are part of the things that I'm going to work collaboratively to promote educational a standard of education in our college community. And my next policy I also have is to lobby for scholarship package for the less privileged students within the four sister schools. In doing so, this executive board affair committee is a committee that I will be spearheading to ensure that I collaborate with the Secretary General of the SU and my president to ensure that we write to the national stakeholders and NGOs and local government council to ensure that they provide scholarship package for my ministry, because I have realized that many of the students came from different backgrounds. Some of these students, you know, they are coming from the very poor family background, whereby they cannot pursue their academics within our college community. So as your next education minister, if you vote for me as your next education minister, I will ensure that my ministry will provide scholarship package to the needy students in our school. So part of my policies and program is to promote skills and is to promote talent and skills, because I believe that we have different students in our school, within the four sister schools, who have been given a unique skills. So I will make sure that I will organize a symposia activity whereby I will involve all the executive board affairs committee within the four sister schools. We have a smooth dialogue so as to find what particular team are we going in for, so that the general student of our dear college community will interact amongst ourselves to learn from each other. That will also ensure, that will also foster unity and love among students of our dear college community. So basically, these are the the four policy. These are the four policy and program that I think that I fully believe that I can able to implement together with the executive board of your committee. When I say the executive board of your committee, it comprises I the next education minister of the 43rd Executive Council, the advisory board of the GCSU Education Ministry, the committee members of the GCSU Education Ministry, the this the education minister of Students Teachers Association, and the vice presidents of the other three schools within the four sister schools. So basically, these are the policies and programs that are very attainable, that I know that I can fully implement them together with the other together with the four sister schools or the sub associations.
Thank you so very much, Honorable. I will surely get back to you for more questions
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you.
I will now hand over the mic to the Honorable Minister Tiba. What are your policies and programs?
Yeah, Mr. Boyan, thank you so very much for asking me what are some of the brilliant policies that I'm having for the Gambia College students. Now, coming down to the issues of the policies, I take my time and check on and based on research as well, to provide or to create policies that are very well attainable. Because creating policies, has a very, crucial thing to do. Looking at it, I check on what are some of the problems that the Gambia college students are facing, and those are the ones that I take as my policies. Now, when I assume office as the education minister, the first policy that I am going to look at, I will be signing a MOU with a media outlet. It could be, it will be in a form of educational program whereby students of the Gambia College will be there, to tell or to show the difficulties that they are going through the Gambia College. What are some of the challenges that they are going? What is happening in the Gambia College? Now, time and again, the other policy that I will look at when I assume office as the education minister, I am going to serve as a mediator between the students and the general students, the administration, between the administration and the general students body. Now, looking at that, it comprises of the timetable. One, it also comprises of the internet issue. It also comprises of the late release of the attestation, because for the past years, students have been complaining about the issue of attestations, timetables, and the like, and still now there could be no changes. So, in case if the general students body vote for me as their next education minister, this is what I will look at. That is the second policy. Now, coming to the third policies also, is to promote unity, because in every institution or in everything that you are doing, unity matters. Much especially, in tertiary institution. How can we promote this unity? That is to say, I am going to organize these symposia, debates, quizzes to the general students body. Now, if you look at it for the past years, since 2022, 2023, there was nothing like unity among the four sister schools. So if I am elected as the next education minister, I am going to make sure that I promote unity. That is by organizing debates, quizzes, and symposia among the four sister schools. Now, the other one that I will look at when I assume office is, I will be someone that will be very committed to the confrontations of the students, because students have been, struggling with some of the lecturers just because of some issues. Now, if I am, elected as the next education minister, I will look at some of the confrontations of the lecturers to the general students body. Now, time and again, if you, Mr. MJ, I have something that is very, very important. Now, coming to your policies, politicians like using the word lobby. In case if they cannot attend this, they will say during my time or during the campaign, I use the word lobby. Now, the word lobby here is a possibility. It is a probability of you not having that scholarship, and you made mention of scholarship to your ministry. Now, what of the general students body? So this is why I said you have to be very, very mindful when you are speaking. You said lobby for scholarship for the general students body, for your ministry. Why not to the general students body? That is biasness, where biasness comes into play at first. For the ministry, now why not for the general students body? Why should you not? Allow me to come. No, allow me to come. Allow me to come. Allow me to come. You have to allow me to come. No, listen, listen. You said you use the word lobby. You know, politicians sometimes we are very intelligent. You use the word lobby. I was listening when you were speaking. You said to your ministry, to your ministry. No, no, no. There's nothing like copying the policies. You don't have a policy. Looking at it, you don't have a policy. Listen, listen. You don't have a policy. Do you have a policy? Do you have a policy? Do you have a policy? This is the question. No, this is you must be disappointed because you don't have a policy. The only policy that you have is telling people that you are going to organize symposium, and that one is the responsibilities of an education minister. Looking at the constitution that is there. Is there. That one is the responsibility of an education minister. You are using it as a policy. For you, what I observe is you use somebody's policies that have been already implemented, and you want to follow those ones again. This is it. But looking at it, what you are saying, symposia, quiz, debate, those ones are among the responsibilities of a education minister. Looking at it at the GCSU constitution, right now. My last policy here could be I will be someone that will promote modern education, because looking at the situation of the Gambia College, we are in a modern world. So I am going to liaise with the president to see how best can we find some projectors in some classes, because not all classes of the Gambia College are with projectors. Most of the time, the most disappointing part is you go to a class, a lecturer will need a how to call it, a projector, and they will ask that particular class to leave and the others enter. As a tertiary institution, let's look at this. So it is part and parcel of my policies when I assume office to work with the president, liaise with the president to make sure that all the classes of the Gambia College are with projectors. That is to promote what modern education.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Diba. Now, Honorable Jata, you made mention in your policies when you are stating that if you are voted into office, you will improve burning issues. You will also lobby for scholarship for the underprivileged students and also organize symposium for the students.
And to ensure effective and conducive learning.
And to ensure effective and no, just allow me. How do you intend? How no? Can you please allow me, please? No. Can you please allow me? No, no. Honorable Diba, Honorable Diba, can you please wait? Can you please wait, please? Please, no, wait, please. No, no, just wait, please. Honorable Diba. No, Honorable, can you please wait? How do you intend to achieve all these policies that you have mentioned? How do you intend to achieve?
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. So before I proceed to your question, I just want to make some clarity, because it is very important for our dear students who are watching us. So with regards to what you are saying, uh, I'm disappointed, to be honest, Honorable Mr. Diba, because they ask you to disclose your policies before the electorates. They are watching. It's like you are copying my policies. You are copying my policies. You all my policies are in line with the constitution, as articulated by the GCSU 2019 constitution. All my policies are in line with the constitution that is expected as aspiring education minister. Yes, to proceed. Yes, Mr. Moderator, how I intend to implement those policies. That's why here I use, as far as the my first policy is concerned, is to improve working on burning issues. How how did I intend to do it? Yes, first and foremost, I believe that the issue of mark issues, it is something that I believe I have the experience concerning about that particular issue. I will list with the Education Minister of Star and the Executive Board Affairs Committee, and the three comprises the Vice President of the Sub Association of Other Schools within the four sister schools, to ensure that we engage the class secretaries, because class secretaries have that direct connection with the lecturers, with our lecturers in our college institution. So I will list with the Executive Board Affairs Committee and also the class secretaries, so that we engage the lecturers of our schools, so that those lecturers will work on their marks with the grades that they are having. And however, in that line, I will make sure that those lecturers will also work with their department, because those lecturers will forward the marks to the head of department of those courses, and those department heads will forward the marks, because right now, during Mr. Baji's time, normally whenever those lecturers are done with the marks, they will forward the marks to the department head, and the department head will forward the marks to Mr. Baji. Now Mr. Baji is no more here, so basically the lecturers will always forward the marks to the IT department, where the IT department will upload the grades in our portals, so the students will see their marks in their portals on time. So I will make sure that I will always work with with the Executive Board Affairs Committee, because I alone I cannot do it. My responsibility as the Education Minister is to coordinate, to supervise the any all the academic matters within our four sister schools, to ensure that they upload the grades, the marks on time for the students to access them in their portal. So this is the way that I intend to execute that particular policy. Then moving down to my second policy is to ensure effective and conducive learning environment. So with these particular policies, come on, yes, with this, with regards to this, with these policies and programs, I will also use the Executive Board Affairs Committee. With the committee, I am the one who is going to spearhead as the Education Minister. I am the one who will be spearheading the Executive Board Committee, so that I will use that committee, which serve as a task force, to pursue the class secretaries, to ensure to pursue to pursue the Directorate of Quality Assurance, that is Mr. Mboj and his people, to ensure that they release the forms, the monetary forms, to monitor tutors' attendance, whereby it will enhance punctuality and regularity among lecturers, because we realize that some of the lecturers are very they have this lackadaisical attitude in them. They don't respect, they don't respect the service they are doing in the college. So as the next Education Minister, I will ensure that lecturers will always attend to their class. They will always attend to class in order to give out their lectures. So therefore, most of the students are paying their school due. At the end of the day, they don't have they don't their lecturers do not attend to their classrooms. So these are the burning issues. I believe that the this my ministry will always work on, to ensure that students will be always attended by the lecturers. So that is that is to ensure effective learning, and that is to ensure effective and conducive learning. And part of that policy also, in line with that policy, is to to renovate the auditorium. You see, the auditorium is on the School of Public Health. So basically, most of the lectures that are normally taking place there are basically students in School of Education. So as you can see, some of the students within the Brikama campus, there's need to renovate the auditorium. So therefore, I have that connection with the director of School of Public Health. I have been discussing the issue with him to see how best they can remedy the situation. I give him that plan. He said that he was even in fact working on it. So he really appreciate the idea that I gave him. So that was the reason why he himself he produced a survey. He conducted a survey at the auditorium, whereby those he conducted a survey at the auditorium, and he make a recommendations and forward it to the Office of Works. So those are the people who are responsible to renovate the auditorium. So according to works, they promise us that they are going to work. They are going to renovate the auditorium because we see the conditions at the auditorium is not conducive for learning. It doesn't fit for learning. So as the next education minister, I believe that I have the right ideas to work with the director of School of Public Health so that they can remedy the situation at the auditorium. And secondly, I also conduct a ground survey at the main hall here, the main hall at Brikama campus, whereby there is a linkage at in the hall. So during rainy season, if you are around this stage, there will be water dropping in the hall. So all those things I look all those things into consideration to ensure that I relate the issue to the principal, Mr. Jallo. He can bear me witness. I went there and relayed the issue to him, and he said that he's going to engage works. So all those things I have been making all those ground survey to ensure that we have a conducive environment for learning where learning will where learning will easily take place. So basically, in short, this is what I have with regards to my second policy. And coming down to my third policy is to lobby. Yes, yes, yes. Is to lobby for scholarship, because as I said earlier, we have students in our college community who are in a in a very poor background. Some of them they have their parents cannot afford paying for their school fees to pursue their academic in the college. So I deem it necessary. Yes, I deem it necessary as an aspiring candidate. If I'm elected into office, I will make sure that my ministry will lobby for scholarship, because I believe that I have the connection with area council, with KMC and Banjo City Council, due to the fact that I have been working before coming to college. I have been working at Birkama Area Council. I have an insiders. With my leadership experience and the connection I have with other local councils, council like Area Council, KMC, Banjo City Council, and some of the government institutions I have connection with. I believe that if I interject into those institutions, I am really optimistic that they will give me scholarship. In fact, I have made a pre-visit at Birkama Area Council, whereby I have sat with the committee that is responsible for education, the committee of academic. I sat with them, and with the help of my then boss, Suleiman Bari, the current principal auditor. I sat with them and we have a pre-discussion about that. About the scholarship. About the scholarship package. So these are the some of the things that I have done. That warrant me to go in for this position, because I have seen students. Some of the students, will not afford to pay for their study fees. So all those things, inspired me to go for that position, for the position of the education minister. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Honorable Jata. Now I will move to the next Honorable Diba. You made mention in your policies that you will sign an MOU with the media and also moderate between the students and the administration. You also say that you will promote unity, and then moving further, you say committed on the confrontation of the lecturers to the general students, and finally to promote model education. How do you intend to achieve all those things that you are promising to the students?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Boyang, for that wonderful question. Now, I will first start with how am I going to promote unity? Unity is one of the fundamental aspects that we need to look at as far as the Gambia College is concerned, because it comprises of four sister schools. Now, this can be done by organizing a debate among the four sister schools. I will list with the president to make so to ensure that there is debate among the four sister schools of the Gambia College. Now, the other issue, the other policy that you have said, that is the issue of signing a MOU, with a media outlet. Yes, it is going to happen if I am elected as the next education minister. I have this belief. That one, it is going to be a program that is purposely meant for the Gambia college students to say out their problems. What are some of the challenges that they are facing through? I am going to liaise with the information minister to make sure that whenever this program is happening, let him be there, and at least we have few students that will lament on what are some of the challenges that they are going through. Now, coming again, you said the serious confrontation by some lecturers to students. This is in fact one of my biggest problems, and this is why I make it as a policy. Because as a Gambia college students, tertiary institution, you are not expected to be treated as grade 5 students. We have exit that stage. We have passed that stage. So in case if I am voted as the next education minister, I am going to liaise with the general executives to make sure that we have a round table with the administration to answer or to discuss the issues of the confrontation. Because most of the time, what happens is, you don't expect a student to come, 10 minutes or 30 minutes late, and you ask the guy, to stay away from, much especially during exams. Students are asked to stay away from the Bajankoto gate. So that should be determined by the lecturer that is observing, but not by the security. So when I assume office as the education minister, I'm going to list with the president, in fact, with the general student, the executive, us as a team, we have a round table with the administration to discuss this issue because, it is one of the most difficult parts when it comes to the Gambia College. You have students, in fact, it is what caused this mark issues because you don't expect a student, not to sit for a test. At the end of the day, you expect the person to receive, early attestations. No. So most of the time, there is something that is grounding it. And what is that is the confrontations. Because how lecturers are treating us, as a student is sometimes, crazy. So if I am elected as the education minister, I'm definitely going to work on that one as with the president and the general executives as well to make sure that students enjoy the Gambia College as expected.
Thank you so very much, Honorable Diba, for telling us how you intend to achieve your policies. And now I will give each of you the opportunity to ask each other questions before we finally conclude this thing. I will start from Honorable Jata. Do you have any question or anything to say regarding what he just said?
Yes. Yeah.
Summarize it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, for giving me the chance to ask my co-contester, Mr. Diba. I know you are sweating. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes. Just to ask him this particular question. So, how will you remedy this situation at the gate here, at the entrance of the Bajonkoto? What are the mechanisms that you are going to use to ensure that the central administration, will uplift that 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 problem?
Yes, thank you so very much, Mr. Jata. I have said this earlier. If I assume office, this is one of the policies that I will look at. I will list with the president and in fact us as a team and have a round table with the general students body. We make them understand that students should not be, confronted at the gate, much especially during exams. I think, everything is a matter of, discussions. If we discuss with them, including the president and any other executive that is part of the union, we discuss this issue that let them not, confront students at the gate, then definitely, they will understand us. Because much especially exams. It's definitely sad, for students to pay their dues at the end of the day. They will not sit for exams, and later you want them to get their attestation early. So it will be very much difficult. Thank you.
You can also ask a question. Do you have a question to him?
Yes. Now, coming to the mechanisms, what mean could you use when it comes to the issue of scholarship lobbies? Because in case if you happens to fail the general students body, what are you going to tell them? Because it is not certain. So let's say now you happens to go and then you fail. How are you going to explain this to the general students body?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Diba, for that important question. Yeah, how I intend to do that. As the education minister, I will make sure that I will work together with the executive board of your committee and also in collaboration with the the President and the Secretary General to write official letters to the government institutions and the local government councils. Like how I alluded it earlier, that I have that connection with Birkama Area Council because I have been working there for 5 good years and as an auditor clerk. So I have been working there, and my work, the impact I have done in that office, is amazing. So having those insiders at Birkama Area Council, I will have a dialogue with with probably with the CEO and the educational board to ensure that they are going to help my ministry with a scholarship package. And also, in doing so, I will, by working with the executive affairs committee, they are going to make an investigation or a survey in their schools to trace out those less privileged students. Having the required number of students, I will come up with recommendations, and those recommendations are going to be tendered to these institutions to ensure that they provide scholarship package for my ministry. This is how I intend to do that, to implement that policy. Yes. And secondly, with regards to what you are saying about to remedy the situation at the Bajankoto gate, the 8 executive councils have did extremely tremendous job to ensure that they solve that particular issue by engaging the central administration, having series of dialogue with the principal lecturers, because you know according to the principal lecturers, they said the reason why they are doing that is to promote punctuality and early coming, because they are seeing teachers trainees as role models. So you cannot be coming to school lately to attend lectures. So those are the things that they consider to compel obedience. That's why they came up with that mechanism, so that if you come late, you will be stopped. And also, I want to clarify you on one of the statements you said. You said that there was a day, in fact, we met. Be honest to God, between me and you, you called me. You are the one who confronted me, isn't it? You called me. We went to the security. What I have explained to the security, but the security said that he is willing to leave you, allow you to wait to enter. You understood? Wait. No, I'm saying honest to God. It's not politics. I'm not here to politics. I'm not here to politics. You confront me and explain to me that the security do not allow you to access the Bajankota.
And the students.
And the students, yes. And the students.
Just use the word students.
You understand? And the students rather.
Good.
I interject in that matter. I discussed that with the security. The security said that if he allow you to enter, then how about the students? I said it's okay. Then it's okay. That's where I leave you people and go.
Okay.
That is honest to God, between me and God. I'm removing here politics.
Yeah, no problem. And let me come to that one.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay. Upon doing that, you later left. Because now, if at all I tell you this, and you meet the general students body standing at the gate, you know that it is the same problem. That is why I came to you. So at that point, you should have, call those people to come and join me and see how best can you solve this problem. But then, now listen, you should have, try to, bring us together and then see how best can we solve it. And after telling you this, what did you told me? That you have already liaised with the administration.
Yes, I told you.
That is what you told me.
Can you,
That is what. No, you said we, which means including you. Allow me to talk. No, listen. Allow me to talk. Allow me to talk. Now you said no. This. No, listen. This is not a question issue. This is not about question. It has nothing to do with politics in back. But what I am trying to say here, competencies matters. Now let's say you said that we have already have a serious confrontation with the administration, which means you were included. No, let us be honest. This is what you said. Let us be very honest with each other. No. You don't say me. You said we, which means you are part of them. You have a serious confrontation with the students. And after you left, I was there with the how to call it, with the security. And later on, she asked us to sit around that mango tree. So let's say you, as an education, you could have come, talk with all of us, then see how best can we always be there. Now I also have a little question. My that question though is not answered.
No, no, sorry, just wait.
Okay.
You already asked one question.
This was not a question.
No,
I have answered your.
No, you don't. It is not fully answered because I said in case if it is not answered. Listen, hey, Mohamed Jada, listen to me.
No.
Listen to me. You said me. What I said is crystal clear. That is in case if it happens to fail, it is no. Listen, no. I asked one question, but the way it is answered, I don't have no problem with that. You understand? Okay, one question. Okay, okay, no problem.
Thank you so very much. This will brought us to the end of our policy debate. And before that, I want you to say one or two words to the students, and then we conclude.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Mr. Bojang, and my opponent here, Mohamed Jara. In case if I use a word, that hurts you, I am definitely apologizing. Now to the general students body, let them vote based on competencies. Let them not, just give their votes to someone, that will not stand by them in case if the person happens to win. So I am indeed very happy to be here for the debate. Thank you so very much. I'm indeed grateful.
Uh, Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, and my co-contestant, Mr. Diba, for having us this important policy debating. And also, dear electorates, I'm also seeking for your vote. Vote for me as your incoming education minister, and vote for my co-aspiring candidate for the forthcoming GCSU election. So I'm also, equally apologizing if I said anything here that is, that is wrong. Then I am seeking for your forgiveness. And Mr. Moderator, I thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so very much for coming, and thank you so very much for participating. This brought us to the end of our policy debate, and stay tuned. We'll be back for another policy debate of the information ministers. Bye. Thank you so very much.